When and how did you hear about Skills BC?
I was in a woodwork class in school, I think first semester back in 2019. And my teacher came up to me and was like, "Hey, you should do this competition that's coming in March." And was telling me all about it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that would actually be really cool. Like, I'd really enjoy that. So then I was looking into it more and more, and then ended up joining the competition in March.
What school were you competing with at the time then?
Royal Bay Secondary. So my first year in high school.
That's super exciting. And how did that go? What was the experience like for you?
It was really cool because, I mean, before you feel like there's going to be all this pressure because you have a time limit, and we built a stool, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm never even going to get this a quarter of the way done. And then I actually was like just about done when the timer went off, and it just went by so, like so smoothly and so fast. It didn't help that I was on crutches at the time.
Oh no. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the competition?
Um, so basically, we're told to, or we were given this sheet of paper, and it had some measurements on it for what we were supposed to do, but some of it, like angles, we had to try and figure out on our own. Um, and there were a few setbacks for a lot of people that we all kind of had the same setback because we had to cut a diagonal groove in one of our pieces of wood, but we all did it the wrong way.
How involved are you now with Skills after having competed?
Well, I competed in the very first online competition or contest thing that we did, which was the TikTok. I won that one. Been following along and seeing how everyone else is doing on all the other competitions, and help my sister with one of the baking ones. And
Oh, really?
yeah.
The second or third competition we did, the one with the
Yeah.
sugar cookies?
Yes.
That's exciting. What would you like to come out of this with?
I want to continue doing the competitions because that was like such an amazing experience.
Um, so then if you do, or when you do end up competing again, are you going to want to compete for the same like competition, or are you going to want to expand and try something new?
I think I'd want to do the same competition at least, like, whenever the next one is, because that's sort of, I want to improve what I did then, and then once I kind of improve on that, go out of my comfort zone and maybe try a different competition. I felt a lot of motivation in my class because I was ahead of the class and on completely different projects. So I think I just felt some motivation from that. And then I actually researched other people's experiences with the competition, and that really helped um, motivate me to join.
That's good. Is that something that you'd recommend to other people going forward that want to compete?
Yeah, I'd highly recommend researching other people's stories.
Now, after having competed, um, do you do you feel like you want to pursue a career in the trades or with woodworking?
Yeah, I was actually thinking a lot about that when we were stuck in quarantine. Is like all I was wanting to do was do woodworking and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't I look into post-secondary options for this and think about it as maybe a career path that I could pursue? Before I competed, it was I kind of might think about going into post-secondary the trades, but then after competing and after seeing this college's programs and stuff, I it really motivated me to be like, oh, this is actually something that I could pursue in the future.
I do really appreciate you spending your time with me to be able to talk to me about your experience. And I do hope that we see you in the future being able to compete and hopefully at provincials and even nationals. I
Yeah.
know it definitely sounds nerve wracking and it doesn't always seem like it's the easiest thing, but you sound like you're determined. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you there.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity.